Hey guys, God bless. Welcome back to another video. This is a kind of a expansion on a video I did a few years ago, about 5 years ago. That was only like a couple minutes long. So I just wanted to go back after I got some information from this channel we'll talk about. Um, I just want to go back and kind of redo it and make it a little bit more detailed, and we'll just go from there. So this is Tyler Hansen. He goes by this name, Fit as Flat Earther. And he runs a channel, and I actually subscribed the other day to the channel. It does cost, I think, $1 or $2 a month. And he has free content and then subscriber content. So it's kind of not a big deal, if you want to get more information and whatnot. So, since being born again, I've always thought that they were cloning themselves, like the famous celebrities, and you see those sheets that have everybody that's on there, and this person looks like that, and so on and so forth. The As you know, as time goes on, you learn more in your walk, and you kind of, some things you might have been just a little bit off on, or not quite have the complete answer and whatnot. I think that's kind of the case with me here, is seeing this really opened up more possibilities, I guess, for how the enemy is doing this. And what I want to do is kind of take what he does, because he just shows the comparisons here between the celebrities and different people. You'll see here in a second. But what does the Bible say about all this? And that's kind of where I wanted to go with this. But what he does is he compares moles, body marks, scars, facial structure, symmetry, birthmarks, etc., with just different people. And you'll see here in a second on like who. So the word says, 2 to 3 witnesses establish the truth. So he takes George Clooney and Cary Grant and he compares them. If you look at this right away, you're like, no, probably different people. But there's also a lot of similarities, like how things match up. And the more you look at it, you're kind of like, wow, yeah, there are some things here. And so he goes over some of these things, like you can see it even right there. He's got like a little scar or a nick. He shows it here, and he shows it on Clooney how it's possibly filled in with, makeup or whatever. And don't get wrapped around the axle on these things not being perfect. There's so much technology in facial reconstruction and plastic surgery, and God only knows, gene editing. There's who knows with all these things that they're doing. But there are some things that they miss or that show a scar or a mark of some sort. And as you can see here on the same facial picture profile here, there's a mark here, there's a mark there, mark here and there. I mean, so what are the possibilities of this? And as you keep going and exploring this, you'll see that this just becomes so accurate, and it's really just blows you away. The one that blew me away, that really blew me away, was the next one. This one I just kind of put up here because it's kind of an intro. It's simple. And then he'll also compare. So he compares. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. He'll also compare things that these guys are known for, like dates, times, things that they said on TV. For example, Clooney's in a movie now, or in a, it's just coming out or whatever, where he mentions Cary Grant or something about me being Cary Grant or whatever. So there's all kinds of little twists that in media or advertising or a commercial they're in or something they're in that ties them to that character. So it's really crazy. But anyway, this is the one that I was like, there's no way. But then as I looked at this, I was extremely taken back that this is the same. So Garth Brooks, if you don't know, and I may have mentioned it down here, I'm not sure. No, I didn't. So Garth Brooks, if you don't know, and as you guys probably know by now, I keep these videos on a Google Drive, and I have a folder, and I have all the supporting stuff that I use to support what I'm putting out right here in front of you, whether it's wiki documents, screenshots, videos from other people, whatever. I keep this whole folder together so that that viewer or that student or studier or whatever can go there and look and reference everything I'm telling you right now, even though it might not be on this document. But there is a lot of history surrounding him, with his tour dates coinciding with people missing, specifically women, and that come up missing, or that are never found, people that are never found in the corresponding tour dates. And he's also mentioned some very weird things on interviews and TV. For example, he was being interviewed, and they were talking about show business. Would you go into movies? He's like, they were talking about different characters he played, and I'd like to play a character that kills somebody. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Just very quirky, odd things to say. And as they're going through, he does this thing as Tyler goes through, you can see these are very distinct markings. Right there, right there, right there. That looks like it was cut out. There's almost like a line right there with even a, some sort of, like that mole was cut out. Same thing here. Very, very strange markings indeed. And how he looks together. Now, and this is how the spiritual realm works. This little headline came out, crap on celebrities. Are these the top clowns in pulp culture, and Garth Brooks accused of what? So they obviously know who this guy is and what he was known for. And, the spiritual realm will expose this in a way that we don't necessarily see right away. But those with the eyes to see and the ears to hear, as Jesus has told us, will see these things. So another thing Flat Earther brings up is how even their wives will go through this process with them. And so in the video that I've included on the Google Drive, you'll see this comparison. I was like, wow, they look exactly alike. Same smile, same cheek structure, same eye set for the most part, just a little bit heavier set here than here. But wow, what in the world is going on? So, and then of course we have another one. This one is another, just crazy element here. And this is J-Lo and Selena as the same person. Same arm. You can't see it here because it's not close up, but he said that she always shows her other shoulder. She very rarely, J-Lo, very rarely will show this side. And when he did find it, he did find two identical moles on the back of their arms in the same position. So, and then there's two more on the forehead. Looks like one was covered with makeup, but you can still see two distinct marks. And of course, we know that these people are involved in the secret society. The crossed arm has to do with Osiris and the afterlife. So are these people faking their deaths and then coming out as other people? Are they, this is their god. This is the Osiris is a, it was a precursor to the Antichrist. So, just what do we have going on here? And this one was another good one. Just another one that blew me away. Chris Farley and Tim Dillon, who he matches up here. What was really, really interesting, he compares their teeth here. He said pretty much the same teeth, except there's a little gap here that's a little different. And of course, again, teeth can be changed, it's not that big of a deal. Tim Dillon dressed up in black with a sheep, and of course, we know that Chris Farley was in the movie Black Sheep. Then he brings this up, and this is where this triggered me on this recent study, or not so recent study I did, where it shows the guy's obviously from Saturday Night Live, and all there at his dedication for the Hall of Fame, Walk of Fame, or whatever. And this guy in the background, who's supposedly Chris Farley's dad. You get a better picture of him here. However, this dedication was done in 2007, but his father, Tom Farley Sr., died in 1999. But yet it tells right here, Chris Farley's Hollywood Walk of Fame star ceremony, which occurred in 2007, was attended by his family, including his father, Tom Farley, and mother, Mary Ann. Chris Farley's Tom Farley Sr. died March 27, 1999. So, did they just think we wouldn't check? What's the deal here? Is this Chris Farley dressed up as his dad, putting on his face? I don't know. So first and foremost, the enemy will always copy the Father in Jesus, but his rendition is fake. It's not perfect. It's not eternal. For example, Jesus promises his followers eternal life. Do you not think the enemy does the same thing? Of course, Satan has promised that. However, how is he going to deliver? Truth in his promise excludes the fine print that says eternity will be in the lake of fire. We tend to simplify what the enemy does. It's a big mistake. We learn how the enemy deceives in one way and consider that the only way. Whether it's cloning, gene splicing, conscious extracting, we need to be aware that he is hard at work. And make no mistake, these celebrities, these athletes, politicians that we trust will be the loving and kind welcome mats for help and assistance when disaster strikes. So don't trust them. Don't glorify them. Get out of the system and put your trust and faith and glorify Jesus, who's the only one that can save you. I think that's what they do. I liked Chris Farley. I liked all these people for the most part before I was born again. And now you see them in different light. And could that light you see them in be your grave mistake in trusting them when things happen? What their role is going to be when things occur, I don't necessarily know, but I can see us as we idolize them. It's going to be very easy to fall into traps of whatever they say. Think about the V, when that came out, how they came out with all these stupid commercials and support videos of, do the right thing, go get, how many people base their decision on what their favorite actor, athlete, politician said? Probably very, very, very many. So guys, I just want to introduce you to this video, and we know that nothing is hidden that will not be made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be made known come to light. The Lord's going to expose all this stuff, and I believe he's using, this is just 4 people that we just looked at pictures. You didn't even look at the video, but you can't tell me this is not a very, very compelling piece of evidence against the enemy and what he's doing. So kudos to Tyler Hansen in doing this, and continue to do it. There will be more parts to this video. I'm not sure when I'll get them out, but I just wanted you to know that I definitely believe what this guy is saying, and and it's right there in black and white to see, for those that have the eyes to see and ears to hear. God bless you all.